Hi, good morning, everyone. It's so great to see you. I hope you're doing well today, my friend. It's a blessing to be able to craft with you again today. My name is Tracy Fair, if we've not met before. I'm one of the online educators for Heartfelt Creations, and I'm so excited to share the new Mushroom Cottage collection with you today. It's absolutely adorable. It's perfect for those of us who love to create those flatter, mailable designs as well as those extra dimensional designs. It's going to work so well for you both ways. And today I have a quick card to share with you that is really going to draw out the fairy tale aspect of this collection. So come on in, let's pop on over to the work surface and see what we're going to be working on today. When I first saw the Mushroom Cottage collection, the first thing that came to mind was all of these whimsical fairy tale books that Mom would read to me as a child. And so what could work better with this collection than the booklet frame dies? So that's what I've gone ahead and done here. I've created this adorable whimsical card that looks like it's got a fairy tale cover on it. Before we get into the designing portion of today's live, I did want to give you a quick run through of the products that we're going to be using today. So of course we have our beautiful coordinating stamps and dies. We have the large mushroom cottage. Emma Lou has shown you how to work with this beautiful large mushroom in the previous live that she did a few days ago. And today I just really wanted to use this vining piece from here to show you how well that's going to work with some of the smaller accent pieces in this collection as well. Of course, we have that coordinating die that's going to cut out all of the bits and pieces for us. You can see that it's going to cut out the windows here, the door on that larger mushroom, allowing you to really create dimensional fairy tale mushroom homes. Here we've got the mini mushroom cottages. We're going to be using these two today. Those are two of the smaller ones. They are sized beautifully for those booklet frame dies. And of course, we've got the different dies here that are going to coordinate and all of the different windows that are going to be able to cut out of those as well. Super, super cute. We've got the Mushroom Cottage accents that's got some of these gorgeous florals that we're going to be using today, the mushrooms, and as well as this beautiful little pixie fairy. She's just so cute. She's carrying a little lantern with a candle in it. So again, you'll see cutting these is going to be super quick and easy with those coordinating dies. And then of course we have the mushroom fairies. I did not go ahead and use these on today's card creation. I do have some samples though that I'm going to show you at the end that are going to be perfect for visualizing how you can use these adorable little fairies on your card fronts as well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and grab my stamped images here. I'm going to pull those out. You can see this is what we are going to go ahead and use here. I've gone ahead and stamped the images that I'm going to color up in a little bit more detail today in the Archival ink Jet Black. This is a great ink that's going to keep a nice color. I've gone ahead and stamped all of these pieces onto our deluxe flower shaping paper because we're going to be doing a little bit of shaping with these guys in the end. And I wanted to show you that the deluxe flower shaping paper works beautifully for the technique that we're going to be using for coloring today as well. For these floral and vining images, I've gone ahead and I have stamped them in Ranger Archival ink Olive, just to give them a little bit of a different look than the images we were going to be coloring here today. So we won't have time, I don't want to keep you that long to color up all of these illustrations, but we're going to go ahead and do just a couple here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my bundle of Zig markers that I have here. And what we'll do is we will do some quick coloring on our large mushroom size here. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Zig markers first. I'm going to go in and just do the accents that I wanted to color with my Zig markers. So that's going to be like my door, just like that. I'm just adding a little bit of detailed color. I could go ahead and color in some of these imperfections on the mushroom as well. That gives it so much character, just like that. Next, I'm going to just go ahead and grab a clear acrylic block. I'm going to take a darker version of a brown, just scribble that on here a little bit, and I'm just going to go in and add some accents here ever so lightly with this brown, just to draw out a little bit more interest here, a little bit more shading. There you can see how that's all going to come together. You can see I've used my lighter brown to go and pick up the darker brown off of the acrylic block here. I'm not worried about cross-contaminating because they are water based, so they are going to work beautifully when it comes to mixing and matching the color families, that you're not having to worry that your light marker is going to keep that dark contamination. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to grab my Stack and Store daubers. They are fantastic for allowing me to do some really intricate coloring when I need to. And I'm going to grab some Buttercup, and we are just going to go ahead and add some of that yellow to the cap of the mushroom here. You can see a quick and easy coloring technique. Super quick and easy. You can make it as dark or as light as you want. I'm going to go ahead and just to give that a little bit more character, I'm going to add some vivid chartreuse over top. Just in a few areas to give it a little bit more interest there, give it some green color there along the bottom as well. And you can see how that kind of changes up the color on that mushroom cap as well. I'm going to go back with my Zig marker because I forgot to color in the window here that I wanted to have the light on. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Forget-Me-Not. And that's what we're going to color up the base of this mushroom. I'm just going to go ahead and add that color in there lightly. You can see that triangular shape of the dauber gives me that really nice control to go into all these areas and just add the blue where I'm wanting it to. I can use just the corner there to get into those tighter spaces. And you can see how quickly and easily our mushroom has colored up. Isn't that absolutely adorable? Throw me some hearts if you're just loving how quick and easy that little mushroom came together. Now for today's purposes, I would have really stamped 2 of these because I can die cut the window and the door out. I like to stamp a second one so that I am layering on top, but you could definitely just go ahead and die cut this version out here as well and just layer it as well. We're going to go over to our fairy here. I wanted to give you a quick show on how quick and easy she colors up as well. We're going to go ahead and just give her some skin tone. Just quick and easy. Nothing super hard about today's coloring techniques. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and give her just a really nice light blue dress. And I'm just coloring that all in there like that. I'm going to go ahead and grab a darker blue now as well. And I'm going to scribble that onto our acrylic block like we did before. I'm going to use my lighter blue to go ahead and pick that up and just give her some accents here along the way, down her skirt and a little bit up to the top of her dress. And you can see how quickly and easily that colored up there as well. We're going to do the same thing with her hair. We're going to go ahead again with the lighter brown color here. And I still have that darker brown here that I'm going to just go ahead and pick up a little bit and start adding into some areas where I want to give her those kind of highlights. And you can see super, super quick and easy coloring technique. It's working beautifully on our deluxe flower shaping paper because we're not doing a ton of mixing and matching of colors. But for her wings, we want to go back here to the Forget-Me-Not. We're going to start with that with the ink. I'm going to just stamp off a little bit here and then just go ahead and start adding that blue color to the base of her wings. Again, super quick and easy. I wanted to go ahead and mix that with some greens, so I opted to pick the leaf green. So we're just going to go ahead and grab a little bit of that and stamp it off. I'm actually going to start in the blue area and just run that up her wings so that those colors kind of cross-contaminate and give you a little bit of a different color where they meet. There you can see how beautifully her wings have colored up together. It's going to be so pretty when we add that glitter. Of course, we'll finish off her little candle here with some yellow. And we'll go ahead and color this in a light blue. And you can see how quickly and easily she has colored up as well. Next, we're moving on to our foliage pieces. Again, they have been stamped in the Ranger Archival Ink Olive because I wanted a bit of a darker color. So next we're going to go ahead and use some cactus flower for our florals. And we're just going to go ahead and add that pop of color there. You can see quickly and easily, again, as light or as dark as you're wanting to make them. And you can see here that we can go in and color these florals here as well. That's going to give us a really nice pop of color. We're going to go back in and grab our leaf green. And we're just going to use some circular motions to color up the leaves here. Super quick and easy. Same thing here. We're just going to color in all of our vine. These are going to be great supporting pieces, little accents to our little cottages, mushroom cottages that we're going to be playing with in just a few minutes. So again here, really quick and easy. I just love that the Mushroom Cottage collection is perfect for all ages. It's for the young and the young at heart. It's just such a cute little collection. Next, I'm going to grab my olive. That's the color that we have gone ahead and stamped these in. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a pop in the center of these leaves. You can see just a tiny little bit, just to change up that we're not having just that straight solid green from the leaf green all the way through. It's just going to give us that appearance of a little bit more definition and dimension in the long run. So again, you can see that these have all colored up very quickly and easily. Of course, our next process would be to use our coordinating dies. I would just go ahead and put these all in place. I would go ahead and use some low tack painter's tape or some paper tape to go ahead, and I'd be able to run this through my die cutting machine, and I would have these beautiful die cut pieces that are ready for me to go ahead and start creating a fun little fairy tale booklet card. So here you can see I'm going to put them all off to the side so that they're ready. because our next step, of course, is going to be to create our booklet card base. So again, super quick and easy to do. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to create this card base. First thing we need is the inside portion of the base. You can see that this is already somewhat booklet shaped. I'm using the largest booklet from the Booklet Basics. There you can see it has all of the different sizes and the bookmark that you're going to need for creating any of your booklet creations. I have a piece of cardstock here folded in half. What I would do is I would just slip my die off of the edge of that fold there, and you can see that those portions where it's folded and they were not being cut, that would allow us to create a shaped card such as this. So this is going to be the inside of our card where we can write our message. I'm also going to use the largest piece from the booklet frames die. This is the piece that we're going to be using here. That's going to create the front and the back for us. So we're just going to grab some Dries Clear glue here, and we're going to just go ahead and adhere this to the back of our card. Just like this. I'm going to scooch these out of the way for just a second. And you can see here I've cut a second piece, and I have inked these in the cactus flower, the same color that we used previously on the mushrooms. And we are going to go ahead and adhere this to the front, and that's going to give us that beautiful booklet shape. And it's going to be well balanced, and our card is going to be able to stand nicely. Just grab this here and try and line these up as best as possible so that when you're looking at it, it looks like they match up. Give that a second to set, and there you can see we now have our card base, which is going to stand for us, and we can start with the fun part of decorating the front. So I've gone ahead and I've opted to use 2 of the decorative papers from within the paper collection. The paper collection is beautiful. It's so whimsical and adorable with its colors and its illustrations. You're going to see here that I've used this beautiful kind of paisley plaid, as well as this one here where I wanted some of these swirls to kind of appear behind the little mushroom village that we're going to build, along with those same flower images that we are going to be using as well. Now I thought it would be great to use some Luxe Gold cardstock to make this even more whimsical as well, to give it that real fairy tale feeling. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and add this Luxe Gold cardstock on first. I've gone ahead and scored in the center here. For this piece, I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too concerned that this piece is going to flip up, but I do want to keep this piece a little bit more freestanding. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this here as well. I'm going to offset it just ever so slightly so that I'm going to be able to see that Luxe Gold cardstock on the top and on this side here, just so you can see that mirrored finish peeking out from behind your decorative paper here. We're going to do the same thing here. With this portion, I'm not too worried about this portion being able to flip up too much. You can see this is still going to move somewhat with it, but this piece here again, I'm just going to do along the score line here so that it keeps its flexibility, and I'm going to mimic the same thing I did there before. I'm going to go ahead and offset it just so that you can see that Luxe Gold cardstock along the top and the bottom again here as well. So that is a really cute little booklet we have coming together, isn't it? Throw me some hearts if you're loving what you're seeing. Next, we're going to go ahead and we are going to grab our shaping mat. We are going to go ahead and shape some of our florals here, just so that we're going to get a little bit of extra dimension and character to our card. You don't have to worry, this is still going to be a very mailable card if that's what you're wanting to do, but I did want some of the aspects to have a little bit of dimension and have that vining appearance to it. So again, you can see super quick and easy, just rolling that stylus tool around those leaves along the vine. I'm going to go back in and just give some glue points there as well. And lastly here, our smaller flower as well. So that's it for shaping on our card today. We will grab that back here. And we're going to start with our florals. Just going to go ahead and grab my Dries Clear and add some glue to some anchor points here. And we're going to go ahead and just pop this off the side of the card so that it looks like it's vining off the side. We're going to go ahead and grab this one here. And we're going to have this one come off the side here as well, so that it looks like the vine is growing up from the florals. And this guy here, what we're going to do is we're going to have him kind of come off the side and up towards the center of the book. Just like that. There you can see we've got a nice foliage base to go ahead and add our mushrooms. So that's what our next step will be here. We're going to go ahead and kind of position these guys with how we want them to look. That kind of looks about right to me. I have some foam tape here on the back of these because I wanted them to pop up off of the page. Now this thinner foam tape is absolutely stunning to work with when it comes to these smaller pieces. So you can find this on the website at www.heartfeltcreations.us. There's 72 pieces in here of these little thin foam strips. They are fantastic when you're working with these smaller, more delicate die cuts from the Mushroom Cottage collection. This little mushroom here is already finished. We're going to have to finish the tall version. Sorry, this tape is being stubborn. This one here, you can already see what I've done is I've die cut the door as well as the little window. I've stamped this twice and also decided I was going to layer the cap as well. So you can see, I'm hoping you can see that that's got a double layer as well. So this little house is finished. It's absolutely adorable. We're going to have him sit here right beside his neighbor. And I'm going to go ahead now and add these tiny little pieces onto the larger mushroom, the window and the door. You can see here I have them, I'm just going to pull off my tape here. I have them kept in my die because they were so tiny I didn't want to lose them. So I'm going to pop them out here. And again, I have those tiny little foam strip pieces on here that are just perfectly sized for this technique. So you can see I popped that window up there, and for a little bit of dimension on the bottom we're going to do the door. I opted not to do the cap on this mushroom, but you certainly could as well. But it's amazing how that extra little bit of dimension really brings those mushroom cottages to life. Isn't it just absolutely so sweet? You'll see here I have the sentiment already stamped onto the paper. That's from the Just For You sentiments. I thought this was just such a cute card that you could really use for any occasion, and the Just For You fits any occasion. If you were thinking of a friend you hadn't seen in a while, you could mail that out. Again, it's perfect for any occasion. We're going to go ahead and add our little mini mushrooms that we've die cut here as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and add glue on the bottom there. And I'm just going to kind of pop them off the bottom of the card here. You can see how they're going to frame out the sentiment along the bottom there very nicely. And then of course we have our beautiful little fairy. Here she is, ready to be added to the card. We're just going to go ahead and peel these sticker pieces off. And we're just going to pop her up off the card there like that, so that she's framing the sentiment there as well. It looks like she's delivering the message. She's lighting it up just for you. Super, super sweet. Now, of course, no card would ever be done until we had added some shimmer and shine. I have a bunch of different glitters that I wanted to share with you today. I thought this was going to be so much fun to use a bunch of different glitters on here. The first one I'm going to use is a green. It's called Clementine. So we're just going to go ahead and pop that open. I'm going to go ahead and use the Clementine on my green areas here. So this cap of the mushroom, I'm going to go ahead and add some into the foliage that is in the background. So anything kind of that has a little bit of green, I'm going to go ahead and add in some of that beautiful Clementine color. I'm going to go in and add some in here as well. Changing up the color of your glitters is a fun way to add some interest to your cards. I don't know, do you guys enjoy playing with different colored glitters? I know so often we get stuck on our dries clear, our crystal with our dries clear. And I wanted to show you that for the Mushroom Cottage, we had so many great colors available to make this fun. So there we go. We will finish up with our Clementine there. The next color we're going to use is Mystery. That's a really pretty blue color. You can see how pretty and blue that is. I'm just going to go ahead and blow some of this off here. And for this one, we're going to use the blue kind of on the fairy's dress. We're going to go ahead and add some here onto this blue mushroom. We have got some blue dots here on this smaller mushroom that we're going to use. And you can see how when that's going to dry clear, she's going to have beautiful blue and green. The mushroom is going to have some beautiful blue on it as well. And then of course I did want to go ahead and add some of that crystal clear yet too. So we will just tidy up our mystery glitter here. And next we will go to our traditional crystal. So for the crystal, I'm going to go ahead and just drop a few dots onto the mushrooms so it looks like they're sparkling. I'm going to do the same thing onto the florals here. And I'm also going to go ahead and do a little bit here on the pre-printed images, just so that there is a little bit of interest here on this illustrated portion as well. We'll grab our crystal, we'll take care of our mushrooms and our flowers, and here we'll do off the side of the page. And you can see how when this is going to now dry clear, that glue, you're going to have a very whimsical and sparkling, fun little card. Perfect for friends and loved ones of any age, because who can resist mushrooms and fairies, right? It's appealing to all of us. So as promised, I do have a couple of other samples that I wanted to share with you here. This first one here is from Robin. You can see here she's done some amazing coloring, and she's added the lilac flowers here. The lilac or the hydrangea, I'm not sure which one, but you can see you can pair these up with different sized flowers as well. Isn't this great how she has these mushrooms hanging upside down? She has them growing up between the houses here, and that beautiful little fairy is coming to visit one of the homes here as well. Again, such a cute card. We have another one here from Monica. This is adorable. Here she's used such beautiful soft colors, pinks and purples and blues. She's paired it with the poppy flower. So you can see this is a collection that's going to work with any of the flowers that you already have. She's got that little fence here with the best wishes and the frog with a beautiful foliage cluster. Here she's gone ahead, this is the lilacs. She's gone ahead and paired those lilac blossoms with the poppy here as well. So again, you can mix and match your flowers. It's just absolutely adorable, isn't it? And I have one more here from Uma. This is just a really sweet large card. It's oversized. It's a specialty cut that she's done so that the picture pops out when it's standing open. You probably can't see it very well, but there you can kind of get an idea that the front pops out from the back. She's opted to use some beautiful flowers here as well. This looks very similar to the wild rose, I'm guessing. So you can see how this is just absolutely stunning. She's gone ahead and used these beautiful little fairies. Aren't they so pretty? And she's sparkled them up. They just really glisten and shimmer and shine. Paired with a beautiful die cut in the center, you can just see how this is a beautiful mushroom cottage country card. So again, I hope you have enjoyed what I've shared with you today. I wanted to remind you that the Mushroom Cottage collection is currently bundled in the I Want It All collection at a 10% savings. So if you're like me and you want to have everything in the collection at your fingertips, that's your best purchase. But if you are an insider member, you get to apply that 20% discount as well. If you are not familiar with our insider membership, it has so many wonderful perks for you to utilize, including a 20% off of all your orders, free shipping in the US, 20% savings for our international friends, and of course all of our classes. You have access to all of our online classes for the duration of your membership. So many wonderful perks. We will pop a link for you below so that you can follow that through to take a look at that if you are already not an insider member with us. We'd love for you to join our insider membership family. So again, remember, grab that I Want It All bundle while it is currently bundled at that 10% savings. That's going to last until tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. or while supplies last. So take care, my friend. It has been so great to craft with you today. I can't wait to see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.